Dear colleagues, we are pleased to welcome you to the next session of the Council of Heads of Constituent Entities of the Russian Federation under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. At our last meeting, held at the end of November last year, we discussed international cooperation of regions in the field of agriculture, what we called agricultural diplomacy.
Аграрную дипломатию. И принятая нами тогда рекомендация, в общем-то, стали...
The recommendations we adopted then served as a good support and roadmap for the relevant regional authorities. We can affirm that active regional engagement is truly contributing to strengthening Russia's position in foreign agricultural markets and to deepening our cooperation with the countries of the Global South.
Поступательному укреплению позиций нашей страны на внешних агрорынках, углублению нашего сотрудничества с государством.
We have faithfully fulfilled our obligations under international contracts and remain among the key guarantors of global food security. I believe our previous session was beneficial and received positive feedback from the President and the Prime Minister in response to the recommendations we submitted in November. Russia, as a civilisational state, consistently advocates for enduring values.
Реакция президента и представителей правительства в ответ на направленные им на рассмотрение рекомендации, принятой нами.
Common across the world's major religions and cultures, respect for the uniqueness of peoples, and their right to choose their own path of development. All of this is fundamental to building a fairer, multipolar world order and, accordingly, the most favorable external conditions for the development of the Russian Federation and other like-minded nations.
Основных мировых религий и культур, уважение самобытности народов мира, их право на собственный путь развития, все это залог формирования.
I am pleased to note that more and more people around the world sympathize with Russia, want to learn more about our way of life, and see our country as a guardian of traditional values. We've observed this sentiment even in Western countries. It was for these people that President Putin signed Decree No. 702 in August last year.
Я хотел бы с удовлетворением констатировать, что в мире все больше и больше людей не просто симпатизируют нашей стране, хотят узнать.
Aimed at providing humanitarian support to those who share Russia's traditional spiritual and moral values. At our previous session, we agreed to focus today's discussion on this topic and decided to establish a working group under the Council of Regional Heads to implement this decree at the regional level.
Мы в странах Запада, именно для того, чтобы эти люди не чувствовали себя.
The group is led by the governor of the Nizhny Novgorod region, Gleb Sergeyevich Nikitin. As I understand, a draft set of recommendations has been prepared, which includes proposals to adjust current legislation to most effectively fulfill the objectives outlined in the President's decree.
Мы на прошлом заседании, когда решили эту тему специально вынести на сегодняшнюю нашу встречу, определились с созданием рабочей группы.
Our ministry, in carrying out this decree, works in close cooperation not only with regional partners but also with the Ministry of Internal Affairs and the Agency for Strategic Initiatives to support new projects.
Как я знаю, подготовлен проект рекомендаций, и в нем, среди прочего, содержится предложение по уточнению действующего законодательства, чтобы...
We provide informational support for the implementation measures, and our embassies and consulates have detailed and regularly updated guidelines that they use in working with foreign citizens interested in this initiative. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is also involved in the headquarters for supporting the relocation and adaptation of foreign citizens who, under this decree, wish to move to Russia with a view to obtaining citizenship.
Агентством стратегических инициатив по продвижению новых проектов. Осуществляем информационное сопровождение тех мер, которые направлены на реализацию указа. Наши посольства, консульства.
I believe today, after Gleb Sergeyevich's report and the subsequent discussion, we will adopt a new set of recommendations. The draft is available. I urge all of you to review it during our session to see where it might be refined or improved.
Инициатива России гражданам соответствующих стран, где они осуществляют свою профессиональную деятельность. Участвует наше министерство в работе штаба по поддержке переезда и адаптации иностранцев.
These recommendations will become an important guide for building systematic work at this current stage of implementing Decree No. 702. We will continue working in real time.
И, безусловно, я думаю, что и сегодня мы примем рекомендации после доклада Глеба Сергеевича и его обсуждения проект рекомендаций есть. Призываю.
Along with our colleagues at the Ministry of Internal Affairs, to resolve issues as they arise. The main goal is to create transparent, understandable, and convenient conditions for relocating to Russia and adapting for citizens from countries where aggressive, unnatural models of behavior and life are being imposed.
Указа. И, безусловно, будем в режиме реального времени вместе с нашими коллегами из Министерства внутренних дел решать вопросы, которые возникают в рабочем порядке.
Where destructive neoliberal ideologies are doing serious damage to people's moral well-being. Before I give the floor to Gleb Sergeyevich Nikitin,
граждан из тех стран, где агрессивно навязываются противоестественные модели поведения, модели жизни, где навязываются деструктивные неолиберальные установки, которые наносят серьезный ущерб нравственному.
I want to mention that 2 more issues will be discussed today.
Предоставить слово Глебу Сергеевичу Никитину. Хочу сказать, что у нас еще 2 вопроса сегодня будут обсуждаться, которые касаются
the participation of Russian regions in Arctic development projects,
в проектах по освоению Арктики. И второй, еще третий, вернее, уже теперь вопрос, он будет посвящен углублению и конкретизации
and the deepening and concretization of interregional cooperation between the Russian Federation and the People's Republic of China.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले.
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.